Hey everybody, we're down the street where I normally go crayfishing and catching minnows and stuff, but we've had some torrential rains over the last few days. I swear we've had probably a foot of rain in the last 2 days, and we've got a little bit of a break. We've got more coming, but we've got a little bit of a break now, so I wanted to come down here and have a look around and just see some of the damage. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll remember walking up this direction on many occasions, and just look how deep this water was flowing through here. I'd love to be able to walk upstream a little further and see what's really going on up there. You can see all the way back there behind that big tree, all that's flattened down. The water was just flowing through here. You can see all this grass is flattened down. And then of course, got all this muddy, silty stuff down here. You can see all the trees and everything got packed up against it. So the water was flowing across the road, all the way back behind my truck. The water was flowing. You can see where it was coming over the road. They've gotten the trucks down here and the front end loaders and whatnot and scraped all the debris off the road. You can see how busted up all this is, how flattened down all that is. Wow, check that out. This used to be rocks that went right down to the water. I used to walk across the rocks down to the water, and now that's a big washout. I don't even know how deep that hole is. Got stuff packed on this side. Good Lord. I can only imagine how scoured out it was. Hope you can see the water even over here was flowing back across and flowing back in. We got debris piled up all around this guy's mailbox. This is the driveway of the property, the guy that lets me walk on his stream when we go up here and we walk in the stream and everything. That's actually this gentleman's property here. And you can see he had water flowing around his mailbox and everything else, just washing down the road. So it was pretty rough. And we've still got one more day of it. Like I said, we got about a 2-hour break, it looks like. The storms are heading north, and right now they're just beginning to enter into Maryland from Virginia. So I've got maybe an hour or two before the next wave hits. And then I think by tomorrow we're actually finally supposed to have a little bit of nicer weather. Oh wow, look, you can see here too where, see if we can lean over a little bit and look back in. Look how it's washed out and undercut underneath of the road. And then, as I said, we've got the sinkhole thing right there. Well, I guess it's not a sinkhole, it's just been washed out. Man, I'd love to come down here and see what this looked like when it was happening, but it was all happening overnight. So, I've got one more spot right up the street where the stream crosses underneath. And we're going to go ahead and park up there and have a little walk around and look at, you know, similar damage and everything. So let me put you on pause, and I'm going to try to drive up the street before the camera times out. So hang on half a second. Alright, so I'm just up the street around the bend there is where we live. And this is the first place where the stream goes underneath of the street. And you can see all the way back through there. Everything's all flattened down. And then of course when the water tried to go underneath of this little area, it's only 2 small tunnels, and the water has to actually go in and then hang a pretty sharp angle. It's got about a 45-degree bend when it goes through those pipes, so it tends to back up pretty quickly right here. And of course you can see where the grass is all laid down. And then the water just flowed right over the road. All of this has been just washed over and flattened out. You can see all the gravel and debris all the way down there. And then we're not going to, but if we walked a little further down the street, get out around this bend here a little bit, you can actually see down here, you can see all that's laid down where the water was just flowing down the street and through the woods back into the stream channel. And then my neighbors across the street, this little stream runs right through their front yard, so their entire front yard was basically a lake. And the water has receded now back into the channel itself, so you can see, you know, this is much, much higher than it normally is. But it's gone way back down. It's very close to back to normal. You can see we're even still getting drainage and runoff over here. Water's still trickling down out of the hills. So, all right, there you go, everybody. That's the damage so far. So hopefully we'll get through this without any more power outages. As I said, we got one more day of storms, and then tomorrow the weather's supposed to actually break and get a little nicer out. So thanks for joining me. Hope you had a good time. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one.